Welcome back to the HellfireComms Disneython. I'm here with Spar and Digi, and today we're going to be watching Tangled. And I've never actually seen this one, so I'm going to hand over to Digi, who will tell us what this film's all about. Go for it, mate.
I can't wait for your reactions. Tangled is one of the sort of the newer Disney movies. It was 2010, I believe, this came out, so it's fairly recent. And it's a retelling of the classic Rapunzel tale. So it's the girl in the tower, waiting for Prince Charming, as usual. But it's a very funny twist on it. There's some really great music in it. The characters are great. The voices are pretty good as well. And it's just one of my all-time favourite films because it's just so good to watch. It's just a really nice movie to sit down and watch. So I'm glad we're here.
Here's that opening you were talking about in a Goofy movie.
Yep, you see, I was correct. We
can also see that you got the opening jingle completely wrong. So
very dare you. I think I did it a bit too fast.
Spar, what do you think about Tangled?
I watched this movie about 5 hours ago before we started recording, and I loved it.
Research.
I had originally planned to go into this blind, much like Tom, but then I realized my first time watching a movie, I'm usually very silent. Silent's not good for commentary.
Really pretty movie as well. That's one of the things that really grabbed me about it, is that the animation and just the sort of aesthetics, because it uses light a lot. This film is very much dependent on the emphasis of light, and it uses it very, very well, especially in some scenes later on.
Now, this isn't Pixar, is it? It's Disney's CGI studio.
It is, yes.
I love the human design in this film. It's pretty good.
Very well done, and it's because when they were making this, they were trying to go like 3D models, but still trying to make it like the original 2D animation.
Oh, Ghost Trick did a similar thing, actually.
So what they did was they had like 50 of the top animators at Disney come in, both the 3D and the 2D animators, and like, what can we do? What are the best things that we can put into this movie? And here is your result.
This, ladies and gents, is known as the fungus MacGuffinus, or the massive plot point of the film, is this flower right here. So keep an eye on it.
I love that subtle effect of her turning young.
Oh yeah, it's sublime animation.
I haven't actually heard all of the details from the original Rapunzel story. Is the flower bit still in the original story? Is that just for this movie?
Mostly what I've heard about is just the whole long hair and trapped in the tower thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah, the flower is specific to this film. The base story of Rapunzel is that she is just trapped in a tower, and her hair is just literally. I think she still has sort of a wicked mother kind of figure, as all Disney princesses do. It's just a trope. I don't know if Rapunzel's a princess. Anyway.
Well, no. Her father and mother are king and queen, so...
Yeah, but I'm not sure if she must be counted as a Disney princess then, surely.
She is. I was looking on IMDb earlier, because that's the reference for Disney princesses, but yeah, she is listed as that in their archives.
Well, if Alice from Alice in Wonderland can be counted as a princess, I'm pretty sure Rapunzel can.
This is true. But yeah, the original tale is just her being held in a tower because this wicked mother is just entranced by her hair. And then this guy wanders up and is like, "Oh, I'm totally here to save you. Throw us your hair." And then it goes on from there.
Or they didn't look in the ominous tower. That's what I'd do. The ominous tower where you can see massive golden glows every so often.
Here's a good example of what we're talking about light, by the way. Because her hair glows a lot.
There's cars there. They kill people.
Jason!
When you said cars, I was thinking of the movie Cars.
Lightning McQueen just murders Rapunzel.
Don't go outside. They have cars too. Now, typically when you have, the start of a movie with the younger version of the princess, they look kind of too different, in my opinion, but they really got Rapunzel's young version very close.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that it's the same girl that's younger and is now grown up.
Like, as soon as she appears, it's just like, it's her. Also, I believe that comedian's called Pascal, if I remember rightly, and he is one of the best characters in the film.
Voice-wise, I know that's Mandy Moore as Rapunzel. The only other Disney reference I have for her is she played Aerith/Aerith in the first Kingdom Hearts.
She is actually a singer. She's not a voice actress. Mandy Moore is I believe, a country singer, actually. And as soon as Rapunzel opens her mouth to sing, you can tell, because it is beautiful.
If I recall, I think it's a mix between country and pop, but yes.
Don't mind me.
Here goes Digi again. This is why Tom calls you the music expert, by the way.
Well, because I can hum every song from the films we've conned over. But yeah, you can tell she's a singer because she's got a real good range in this song. Also, speaking of the song, someone worked this out. Doing all of the tasks she explains in this song, for the amount of time she explains them for, would take her over 24 hours. It apparently worked out about 34 hours, I think it'd take her, just to do all the things she does apparently in a morning.
I thought she already did the baking earlier with the pie.
She can bake more than once.
Yeah, she does a lot of baking.
That bit where it says she's taking a climb, that's actually the same technique that the silk climbers use, the performing artists.
That's something like 300 feet of hair, according to that document I was talking about, by the way. That'd take a lot of fucking time to brush.
Actually, I think I was reading the Disney Studio animators calculated that she actually has about 700 feet.
Oh, wow, okay.
How long must it taken to animate that? Because I know they had to come up with a completely different style for Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Oh man, each of his fur hairs, like, individually.
Yeah.
And Brave as well, they had to make a new hair engine for her.
They had to make a whole bunch of new algorithms to program how the hair moves and how a lot of the animation is. Like I was talking earlier, combining the styles. Because when this was, in production, a lot of these techniques didn't exist, so they had to write them themselves.
And if you don't get the hair right, it kind of leads to an uncanny valley effect. It's like the hair and the eyes. I give you a bit of leeway with the face, but if the eyes aren't on point and the hair looks plastic, it really comes off as kind of robotic.
You got to get that softness about it that makes it human.
What part of Europe is this set in? Like,
not a fucking clue.
Like, theoretically, because I love the architecture design.
The architecture's fantastic. I think it's... I want to say somewhere like, Italy or Rome, somewhere with like really grandeur architecture, but I don't think it is.
I believe it's based on paintings of France. And it takes place in the 1780s, I believe IMDb said.
Flynn Rider is the best Disney hero ever, because he's the cockiest little shit.
He has a great sense of humor, though.
His mates their like design remind me of some characters from How to Train Your Dragon.
I mean, yeah, I thought you were going to say that, because yeah, I see the resemblance.
We're kind of running out of wall here. Can we get some more walls in so I can do some more painting?
And invisible. That's funny because you are. This must have been a bitch to animate.
I think just about everything with the hair would have been.
True.
Well, it's part of the magic spell that she doesn't feel any kind of pain when she tugs on her hair.
It's because of the way the pulley system works. She's actually grabbing onto one end of it, therefore actually the bit that she's pulling isn't connected to her scalp, which therefore wouldn't bring about the pain.
Disney magic science, bitch.
Or something like that.
So who plays her stepmother?
Spy, but IMDb open.
No, I don't.
Honestly, the majority of the actors and actresses named have just gone. I can tell you that Mandy Moore plays Rapunzel, and Flynn Rider is played by Zachary Levi, or Levi, and he does a very good job as well.
And Mother Gothel here is voiced by Donna Murphy. Apparently Ron Perlman is in this as a Stabbington brother, so...
He is. He's in there somewhere.
The Stabbington brothers are the two big guys that were running with Flynn.
Nice.
Very, clever names there.
Find this one trick that's making the doctors hate this 47-year-old single mother.
Has science gone too far?
I hate the mother.
Yeah. She does a very good job of being the typical sort of villain in disguise. Like, because you know she's evil the second she shows up on screen. But she kind of does this kind of covering up act very well for now. But I still despise her, and I think she's horrible. Good character, though.
So we're gonna see the eyeshadow dripping down her face, and she's gonna be all haggard later on.
Yes. This aging thing she does is very temporary.
Was that meant to be a Snow White reference back there?
I think it was.
With the apple? Because obviously the Queen hides herself as an old woman.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I think it was a nod to it at the very least.
Well, isn't someone self-centered?
I just love a mother's face. Just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, it's our fourth guest co-commentator. Welcome, Aeroplane. How are you doing?
Brrr.
Do you like Tangled, Boeing 747?
I told you, I'm not Boeing 747.
David Boeing 747 Senpai.
I love your hair, but not you. That's the point of this song.
This is why we shouldn't watch Ninja Bridge before we do this.
Mother Knows Best, even though it's a song basically saying how much of a bitch her mother is. It's a brilliant song.
It's a brilliant song, and the rendition later is something that I really like as well.
Yeah, the reprise later on is great.
You gotta have a reprise when it comes to villain songs.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you may notice here that Rapunzel is barefoot. She actually stays barefoot through the entire scene, which is something that Mandy Moore does as well. She enjoys performing barefoot.
Okay. Now, did you mean scene or movie?
Throughout the entire movie.
Thank you. A little bit of a dramatic pause there.
Which one did he mean, viewers? Find out after the break.
Write down on a postcard, send it to us. We won't read it, we'll shred it. Thank you.
I was like, vague.
This song is done so well.
It is. I mean, all the songs in the film, I don't think there's many of them, like 4 or 5, are done brilliantly.
I can see why JonTron likes this, because it's very show-esque.
Oh yeah, it's got that kind of Broadway pizzazz about it. Panache.
Well, enjoy enslavement, bye.
No, away to bed with you, you scamp. I think just overall, this is one of Disney's finest sort of, I want to say masterpiece, but that's pretentious as balls. It's one of their most well-polished films they've put out in sort of the last half a decade. Or a decade. It's definitely got that shine and glamour to it that is, trademark of them, really. It's that kind of just good film.
It's Disney. That's all you really need to say.
I like the thing with the posters, though. I love it. I love it so much.
The nose joke is great. There you go, Stabbington Brothers. That horse becomes important, by the way.
Best character.
The only white horse in the pack becomes very important, as quite possibly, as Spar said, the best character.
Okay, I know a few things going into this. I know there's Rapunzel, I know this guy, I know the chameleon, I know the horse, I know the fairy godmother, or just the godmother. Sorry, I'm thinking of the fairy godmother from Shrek 2.
Oh god, yes, Jennifer Saunders. Boom!
He's such an asshole.
I love it.
He's like Aladdin meets Phoebus.
You don't even know anything about this horse and you already know it's going to be a good character. Just look at how badass he is.
Like, it can coordinate other horses.
Exactly, he knows what's what. Also, did we forget to mention that Flynn is actually a reincarnation of Faith from Mirror's Edge? Fucking look at him go.
How does that work? Because Mirror's Edge takes place far in the future.
Reincarnations can go backwards.
Okay, just to get off that subject. I believe a pleb is atop me. Trying to take command? No, sir. I'll be the one riding you today.
I love that look they exchange.
I just love the interaction with the horse. It's
Definitely.
So great.
Yeah.
Does it ever, go over the top and he just becomes, comic relief?
No.
There is a bit, but they lampshade it.
Yes, they lampshade it quite a bit at one specific point, but the horse never retracts into just comic relief territory. He's technically still there for a reason throughout the entire film.
Because I think one of the reasons I never got around to watching Tangled, not because it's a bad film, because it always struck me as a little more DreamWorks-esque than any other Pixar or Disney animated feature. Don't ask me why. It's probably just the, like I said, the character designs of the Stabbington Brothers, the art style, etc.
Mhm.
But everyone raved about it, so I'm glad to be watching this now.
When they were making the trailers, they were actually going for more of an action style to try to draw in, boys to watch it, because apparently Princess and the Frog didn't do very well because they thought young boys weren't going to be interested in seeing it because it was a princess movie.
Also, because it's kind of cookie cutter in terms of plot.
Well, that's another thing entirely.
That's not a marketing reason, Tom, but thank you for bringing up that unrelated fact.
Thank you for also pointing that out. That was true. But while we're speaking of plot, speaking of cookie cutter, I think this film takes the basic plot of Rapunzel in the story and kind of turns it on its head, sticks it in a blender, then puts that in a saucepan and eats what's left. Because it does a really good job of kind of throwing you off every now and again. Because you think, oh, this is just going to happen. For example, Rapunzel just belted in with the back of a pan. Right? I think the interaction between Flynn and Rapunzel really helps bring the plot out as not cookie cutter, because they just get on so... Obviously not now, but they get on very well, and the chemistry between them is brilliant later on.
I believe in Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, which is a spin-off to, obviously, Epic Mickey. When you rescue Rapunzel, one of the items she asks for is actually the frying pan.
when they were making the design for Flynn, they basically took all of the female animators working on this, brought them into a room and said, "What is the hottest guy you can think of?" And they got a whole bunch of suggestions like Johnny Depp, Hugh Jackman, and basically put all those things together to make Flynn Rider.
And you can just tell, I mean, look at this handsome bastard.
I get a little bit of a Robin Hood vibe from him, and, you know, obviously his name Flynn, a little bit of a reference to Errol Flynn, maybe?
That might be pushing it a bit, though.
Yeah. That's a step too far, Tom. You're a loose cannon.
We just can't keep hold of him, guys.
Gotta get you off the commentary force.
The scene was actually edited a bit from the original. When Flynn first showed up, Rapunzel basically wrapped him with her hair and slung him around like a very slapstick comedy.
Isn't that referenced a bit in one of the posters?
Yeah, Flynn and Rapunzel are together, wrapped up in her hair, yeah.
Quite a few things were actually changed from the original, as movies tends to do, but also changed from the trailers as well. There's a few scenes that were in the trailers that didn't make it into this.
It's like it was meant to be. Probably because it was meant to be. Are you wearing a crown in there? It's all I care about. Hurry the fuck up.
I can just Rapunzel. I can imagine Rapunzel just randomly interrupting her. Said, "There's a man in the closet."
Yeah. See the chair in the closet? Yeah, there's a guy in there.
I'm sorry, what? Go in the closet? Yeah, go in the closet.
How about sassy Rapunzel was then? Like, I hope you're not talking about the stars. Floating lights, mother fuck's sake. Z formation snap.
You are a toy!
You are a sad, strange little mother, and you have my pity. Farewell.
That feeling when the world just kind of crashes around you. I like this. This is about the only scene with the stepmother, I guess, that I like, because it shows that she actually cares about Rapunzel a little bit by going out to get this thing that Rapunzel is asking for, rather than just saying, "No, I don't care." It gives her depth.
It makes her three-dimensional.
Alright, she's gone party! I thought the pan is just the go-to weapon.
It's hardly going to use a machine gun, did you?
What?
Commentate your way out of that one, bitch.
Plunk.
You could see the pain on his face, even though he's asleep. Look at that face.
I suppose you've been locked in this tower for so many years, you're going to get creative with your hair. Wet Willy, Mr. Anderson.
It's just the fact that he opens his mouth and then the tongue comes out. It's like
There's a pause.
yeah, like cocking a pistol. Yeah, it's great.
I'm Batman.
What are you? I'm Rapunzel.
Where's my mother going? Oh my god, a Disney princess. I never thought they'd make a new one.
Disney princess? Shit, better get the Master Ball out. Dun dun.
Now, according to the animators, Flynn is 26 years old, making him 8 years older than Rapunzel, which is apparently the largest age gap between the princess hero couple in any of the Disney movies.
Well, she's trying to be intimidating and she's got a fucking frying pan.
To be fair, it's a pretty deadly weapon in this film.
Yeah, we've got another tower just down the road. Good luck finding that, bitch. Even I don't know where it is.
Oh, I didn't notice the double choke there. Get out of her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that last time.
I love the fact the comedian doesn't talk.
Oh yeah,
Because they could have so easily have made him talk.
much better that he doesn't.
Yeah, it works better that he doesn't talk.
One of the best lines in the film's coming up. These lanterns. This part reminds me of Ariel learning words from like Flounder and Sebastian in The Little Mermaid. Because it's just the way she pronounced it. Because obviously she's been in this tower her entire life. She has not much knowledge of things outside it. So it's kind of that same parallel of learning a new world.
She only knows what her mother's told her.
Exactly.
Probably thinks that thing she's holding is a smashy bashy.
Rassy sassy.
Yes.
I just had to trust you. A horrible decision, really. One of the best things I find about Flynn is his comebacks to things. Like, that one was brilliant. His general flippant nature to the world is superb.
So I'm going to assume that all this anger towards Flynn is pent-up aggression towards her mother.
That, and because, it's because her mother's basically told her the tower is it. Because people are trying to get her hair, supposedly. So I think it's a mixture of being protective of herself and sort of, oh god, my mum's told me this guy's bad, kill him!
Going back to the start of the film, since I'm watching this for the first time and there's no subtitles, I'm just going to work off implications here for a second. Her real mother was ill, right?
No, her real mother was pregnant.
The scene with the mother in bed was her having the baby.
Oh, I thought she was... No, I knew she was pregnant, I just thought she was ill as well, so the flower was some sort of medicine.
I think I think it wasn't quite being ill, it might have been, I can't genuinely remember, but there was something wrong with her, certainly, yes. So I thought you'd interpreted the pregnancy as being completely ill. But no, she felt ill during the pregnancy. The flower was used as a medicine to help her feel better, which is why Rapunzel has the same power in her hair that the flower did at the start of the film.
Okay.
Plot has been explained.
You could have just said it's a hereditary thing from a medicine she took during pregnancy.
Shut up, Tom. There's the first reprise of the film coming up, I believe. Because the first time she sang and she was doing everything was talking about when will... I think the song title is when will my life begin? Or something like that. And this reprise coming up is about her life beginning. It's quite nice.
There's a lovely silky quality to both her hair and her dress.
Oh yeah. Material textures are wonderful.
That grass looks amazing.
The algorithm they use for her hair is based off of the silk cloth, so yeah, that would make sense. I think there's more depth in the singing when you have the actual, like, voice of the character doing the singing rather than someone else.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I'll just add on to what you were saying about it sounds more authentic when the person who does the singing also does the voice acting. Mandy Moore is wonderfully enthusiastic in this role, and she was pretty good as Aerith/Aerith as well.
And then we got Mina Suvari. And everything changed.
That's another story for another time. This is one of my favorite scenes just because of how the stark contrast between super excited and super sad.
She's basically having like post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's more like a culture shock because she's left the tower and it's like, shit, yes, I left the tower. Oh god, my mother's gonna kill me, but I left the tower and I'm free. But oh god, she's gonna kill me. It's that kind of thing.
She'll have to find me first.
Won't be difficult with 700 feet of fucking blonde hair. Fuck off, chameleon.
Now, I'm not entirely sure of the math, but apparently someone did do the math to see how much Rapunzel's hair would weigh.
Oh my
and
God.
I think because of, like an inch of hair isn't going to weigh very much. And apparently blonde hair is very slightly less, just because, I don't know, genes, DNA, something like that. But the 700 feet of hair, I think they calculated to something like 10 kilograms.
Whoa.
Which was, really surprising to me.
That pan chameleon go.
That's a funny joke, mutual trust.
The pan. Oh my god, it's terrifying!
Hey, if you've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail...
Oh god, yes. Then yes, okay, then it is terrifying. Bless this, thy hand grenade. On the count of 3. No more, no less.
I love how his nose is worse in each portrait.
Love how the horse gets it after taking the nose away.
Yeah, they have to cover the nose to tell.
This horse is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Maximus the horse is the best character in this film.
He's like just the right amount of silly while still playing it straight.
Yeah.
That's an amazing shot. Don't worry, lady, this ain't Grimm's fairy tales. Where's the horn that was blowing?
Honestly, I think Flynn Rider can be used as sort of almost like a joke, because she's just said, "Where is your rider?" As in, "Where is your rider?" But if you remember that Flynn Rider was the one riding the horse for a while.
Bit of a stretch, but I get it.
A little bit of a stretch.
You want a stretch? There's a character in this movie called Flynn, and there's also a character in Tron called Flynn.
Flynn lives.
Gordon's alive.
Rapunzel, if you're not here, you're gonna get such a smack.
I'll take that frying pan and beat you around the face with it, because Mother knows best.
Oh, now I have to get a new Rapunzel.
I'm going to put those curtains back up.
This is another example of the great work in lighting in this film. You can tell the shadows and the reflections a little bit, and everything just looks great, and the things that need to pop.
Yeah, for a second there, I actually forgot I was watching an animated feature, because her animations were so lifelike, it was kind of weird. And, like, not even in an Uncanny Valley style.
I want to open a pub and call it the Stuggly Duckling. I just love the hair just going off screen. It's great.
Probably best not to breathe through your nose again. Breathe through your mouth. Hey, Ralph.
I like how Digi gave an actual laugh and mine was just a pity laugh.
Fuck you, Spawn.
Mine was an actual oh shit. That's a good point. That ripple.
I love that ripple.
It's so good.
Bitch, are you serious with the hair thing?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Is this going where I think it's going?
Yep.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
Mm-hmm. How does that piano still work if he's just gotten rid of all the keys?
It was replaced off screen.
Oh, okay. I love this.
No, I think what makes this movie in terms of like musicals is they don't play them entirely straight. Like they obviously do it earnestly, but there's a little bit of is this bitch serious?
Yeah.
Like throughout each song, like Rapunzel reacting to Mother Gothel, and obviously Flynn and the Chameleon reacting to all these guys.
Disgusting is the word.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, Flynn, I imagine your face to be Flynn's right about now. Tom. Just what the fuck is it? The reason I quite like this song is because actually it's not that uncommon to get songs like this in taverns. Like, you know, ye olde tavern kind of thing. It's that kind of sort of drunk sort of group thing.
That smile.
Join in the song or you will be executed.
There you go. I love his voice then. He can drop his like Zachary Levi can drop tones very well. He's singing.
Oh, is that him singing?
It is, yeah. I think all of the voice actors who sing in this film are their original VAs. They don't change any of the singing voices.
I like that. Because they use a lot of Hollywood like actors and actresses, but the fact that they sing gives it a bit of bite.
I love that.
You know what I'm actually reminded of right now? Let's not go to Camelot. It's a very silly place. At the round table, we dance wherever we're able. That would have hurt.
Yeah, it would have.
Well, he's a manly man, he don't give a shit.
Love his little goofy smile.
Just remember me when you're rich.
How does she even know what a kiss is?
Because her mother's given it them.
I guess, yeah, but she wouldn't know anything about the romantic side of it unless her mother told her, and I doubt.
I don't think she does. No, I don't think she does. She just sees it as sort of a sign of affection, I think, rather than anything romantic.
Yeah, what did you say?
Shut up!
Fucking Maximus is so great.
Nice
Good
try.
job.
You may have been able to take one Ron Perlman, but two?
Actually, the second brother never speaks in this movie.
So you're basically saying Ron Perlman picked up 2 paychecks for the work of one? Rapunzel, when sneaking, being quiet is usually required.
Kind of tantamount, yeah. His face then is just like, what? What?
Running would be good now.
Running time!
Ah, we have entered the Wild West level.
Where's Will Smith when you need him?
Don't even fucking bring up Wild Wild West.
How dare you! Wild Wild West was an amazing film. Going down to the wiki wiki wah wah. Wiki wiki wah wah.
Shut the fuck up. The only wikis we allow in these commentaries are the ones that allow us to look up voice acting things.
Hashtag get wrecked.
So someone could take down that kingdom with just a frying pan.
If they knew how, yes. Also, horse with a sword. Fucking Maximus.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. No, Panny!
He looks like batshit insane at that point. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'd say Maximus is actually one of the most intelligent characters in terms of, like cleverness, I would say. Especially when you take into account that he's a horse.
Especially when you take into account he's an animal. It's cool, Flame. Just keep going. Just keep going.
The action in this movie is really well choreographed.
I think it helps that Rapunzel's got the hair she has because it leads it to some very Indiana Jones style.
Okay,
sequences.
that war looks fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Not since The Mummy Returns have I seen CGI water of that caliber.
Could you imagine programming the water and the hair in the same scene?
I don't have to, because they did.
Well, I can ask that because I actually, study programming, so I know how tough that would be.
Oh god, I'm gonna die down here with nothing but a chameleon and a frying pan. This is just gonna raise so many questions when it comes to the autopsy. She's gonna light up her hair.
Damn it, Tom.
That was a guess. Thanks for confirming the spoiler.
I love this animation because I almost think I'm watching real people right now.
Yeah, it's like what I was saying earlier with the mother.
Especially the way the little bit of light just reflects off their faces.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Flynn Rider is actually called Eugene Fitzherbert.
Apparently, his real name was originally going to be Bastion.
Yes, it was.
Why did they change that? Because it sounds too close to bastard.
Or maybe Eugene's a bit more nerdy.
Oh, this is so beautifully done. Again, coming back to the way the lighting's used in this film. Oh, hey.
I'm surprised it's taken me this long, like 1.5 times watching through this movie, to make a connection to Super Saiyans.
I was thinking more Atlantis the Lost Empire, to be honest.
Yeah, I was.
Mostly just because of the hair golden, for me.
Okay, Spot, now you can say, Flynn lives! Dude, look at that fucking sunset!
Priorities, Flynn! Oh, Pascal! Just like, yep. Mind blown, am I right?
Oh, just wait. You know what's coming, Digi. Just wait.
I do.
That smug chameleon.
Oh yeah, he's just like, oh yes. Honestly, the chameleon is great because he has to be so expressive to actually get anything across. And when he's smug, it's just fantastic.
You were asking earlier if the horse actually does something or is just, comedic relief. Pascal is kind of just comedic relief, but he does it very well, and he's not forced into a lot of the scenes.
He's more of a companion than a sidekick, really.
Yeah. He works with Rapunzel incredibly well.
Worth 1,000 crowns. Is it a mega crown?
You know something's going to be good when somebody tells you not to freak out beforehand.
Fun fact, this is the only point in the movie where this entire song is sung at once. Every other time it's cut short.
I know, man, I know.
I forgot how good he was.
Wow, man, fuck a plaster. Just get some magic hair on that bitch.
Smooth! Well, one of the reasons Flynn's a great character is because he has very human reactions to very supernatural things. Like, he is the average Joe in this situation going, how the fuck did that happen?
Going back seems like a bad idea at this point.
My parents hated me. I was a burden on their lives.
Oh, that little scoop.
Her face. But Flynn Rider's more marketable, so I'm just going to keep calling you that. There better be a Eugene variant if there's an action figure of Flynn.
I'm fairly sure in all the merchandise it's in brackets. One of the names is in brackets, so both the names are on the merchandise. I'm fairly sure. I would know, I've been in Disney stores a lot.
I think the character is listed in the credits as Flynn Rider, though.
I love the kind of mist effect that's going on in the background now that her mother's appeared.
She had to sneak about and set up a fog machine before revealing herself.
I think it's just clever depth of field tricks. It's not actual mist, which is a shame because that would be a much more plausible story. Like that's why she's been so quiet. It's just like shh, like trying to cover the hiss of the fog machine, like with a cape.
What do you mean electricity doesn't exist yet? Make it work.
Bitch!
Did you just interrupt me in the middle of my evil reprise?
I noticed this my first time through, but at this point, it seems like the mother's hair is kind of getting some gray in it.
It is, yeah.
Because the magic is starting to wear off.
As this song goes on as well, it gets more apparent.
I just realized, between this, Aladdin, and the Goofy movie, we're dealing with a lot of male leads that lie to the female lead. And then there's someone else who's in on the lie.
It's like poetry, it rhymes. How did he not hear that high note, by the way?
That's why he came back. You're like, oh, there's the alarm, I'd better return.
Just waiting in the bushes. Any day now.
That is an exceptionally creepy line when she says it. It's fantastic delivery.
So I was going to say, that reminds me of a line I read the other day where comedians do funny things, but actors do things funny.
Also, note how Pascal just went bright red because he got startled.
I noticed about towards the end of the movie that rather than, how chameleons can blend in with the surroundings, he kind of blends to moods as well.
I believe that is actually how most chameleons work. It's less surroundings, it's more mood.
So would you say he is a karma chameleon?
Get the fuck out, Tom.
And that's Tom's contribution to this commentary. Good night.
I love how Pascal's just like, dude, listen to her.
Put the boot down. Good boy.
I love this.
That's one of my favourite things, by the way, people shying from off screen.
Yeah, just like witnessing the events.
So who voices Maximus? Is it Frank Welker?
Probably bloody Frank Welker. No, I think it's an actual horse.
How did they get him in the studio?
Very carefully and with a lot of sugar.
This was weird to me because, as we saw, like in the previous scene, Rapunzel was kind of starting to fall in love, maybe a bit. And now she's like, well, once we're done here, you can go have Flynn arrested, and I don't care.
I think it's less about her and it's more about trying to get the horse to cooperate. Because that horse is after Flynn's blood. So I think it's more about her being smart and realising that the way to get the horse on their side is to just basically say, look, once we're done, have your way.
That's a great gag.
That noise, then. But no, I'm trying to remember, because I'm fairly sure I learned this about chameleons. I'm fairly sure that their colour changes in regard to their mood. They can shift to their backgrounds, but most colour changes occur when they change mood, I think.
This is such a great contrast to the earlier scenes where it was no more than like 2 or 3 people on screen at a time, you know, beyond the tavern scene, obviously.
This place is alive in the biggest sense of the word. Oh my god, look at the hair!
Rapunzel's reaction when she first walks into the city is very reminiscent and based on children's reactions upon entering Disneyland.
It's okay, you can dance with the crazy blonde chick. You get in that number.
I don't seem to have it in my notes, and I don't recall the exact number, but I think something like 4,000 people are used in this scene, and it's the most in any group scene in a Disney film so far.
This is some great music here. I'm a fan of Celtic stuff already, so...
It may have been closer to 500 than 4,000.
It's still a bloody lot of people.
It's still the highest number in any group scene.
Unless there were people hiding off screen in like trash cans or
Yeah,
something.
people in the windows, like, what the fuck is going on? Ta-da!
Don't think that's gonna buy me, man. I won't ever be bogged down.
I'm going to stop now because I will gush forever about how beautiful the upcoming song and the scene in general is, because this is the best part of the film for me.
Well, not just yet, 'cause it seems it's gonna take a while to get going.
There's a little bit of, build up.
We need exposition first.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for, thank you. Like, I mean, this looks pretty as is, but they ramp it up a notch in a minute or two.
This is just one giant secret advertisement for Disneyland, isn't it?
I think so. Were you noticing the castle looks a lot like Disney Castle as well?
A little bit.
I noticed that at the start, yeah.
Oh, it's panning out. It's starting.
You remember how I mentioned one of the Stavington brothers never speaks during this film?
Mm-hmm.
The king and queen never speak either.
Nope. I was just about to say that. Yeah, they're another example of a character that relies purely on facial emotion to get their message across. It's done wonderfully.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, you can tell they are so upset by. I mean, yeah, they're going to go out and do this really nice, pretty display, but they know what it's for, and deep down they just want their daughter back. And it's so easy to see, and it's so well done. And I'm just going to shut up now.
And I'll just add, it means a lot that they're still doing something like this 18 years later.
Yeah. Just look at this.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
The music is great as well. The build up to the vocals coming up is so nice. Actual, goosebumps I've got now. Proper chills from listening to this.
I don't mean to demean the scene by comparing it to something from a video game, but it reminds me of the start of Galaxy, actually.
Does a little bit.
Yeah,
I will
I
give
get
you
that.
Yes, yeah.
I was a bit surprised when it got here and they didn't show the characters singing along with this song. But I do believe it is still the voice actors.
Yes, it is, yeah. I think it's because this is more internal thoughts at the moment.
Am I the only one that thinks the lanterns look like marshmallows or
I
candy?
was gonna say, yeah.
They do have that kind of fluffy thing about them, yeah.
In this scene, there are 45,000 lanterns, and I do have the number for that one.
Wow. Ah, there's 45,002. Demise. There you go, here's Zachary Levy.
Now they look like marshmallows. We're recording this so close to Christmas, and I'm getting very Christmassy right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. That lantern there is the one that her parents released.
It's the only one that has
It's the sun on it, yeah.
the crest of the sun, yeah.
She's blissfully unaware. And just what you were saying here, Spar, there you go. Now they sing.
And like you said, the build-up is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just love this song. I am so sorry.
It's an absolutely beautiful song.
It's beautiful. I'm probably ruining it, but I love it.
That's like a modern day version of Kiss the Girl.
Yeah, I was reminded of that too.
Yeah, same kind of setting.
Uh-oh.
I love the drastic color change.
Yeah, green light is a good touch.
It's apparently supposed to be the same lantern that the mother had way back at the beginning when she first found the flower.
It's the same design, yeah.
Ah, he should have left the satchel behind. It's so convenient that they have their little moment and he takes the satchel after promising that it was never about the satchel.
Well, as you'll see in a second, he's taking it for a good reason.
Of course, this is all pointless because we know that they know about the crown already.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
Mm-hmm. Dun dun dun. Great split.
That reminded me of the bit at the end of Birth by Sleep where you have Xehanort and Vanitas.
I'm surprised they haven't put Tangled in yet.
I'm hoping they do in 3. The thing is, I can't imagine it working very well.
Yeah, tone-wise, I imagine the next K saga will be better. Oh, you manipulative bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you're watching this for the first time.
I've seen this type of plan before, but to take advantage of your adopted daughter like this, that's more evil than most, I
It's
think.
not even adopted, it's stolen.
Well, adopted in quotation marks. Abducted, I think, is better.
Yes.
I'm not sure if Rapunzel knows that she's not actually blood related.
No, she doesn't yet. She believes she is her mother. Not stepmother, grandmother, nothing. Mother. That pose then, it's just like... She knows she's won. This is the point when I really started to hate her.
Really? I did in her first scene.
Oh no, I hated her back then, but this is when that kind of turned into, oh god, you are a massive bitch. No, he said a different word entirely then. Uh-oh. I was just like, well, I'm just going to sit here, it's fine.
That cutaway reminded me of like what the end of an episode would be if
Yeah.
it were like an episodic series.
Yeah.
It's so creepy when they don't say where you're going. It's worse than knowing where you're going.
And you're a bitch.
Yeah, because I made it that way, just for you.
Yeah, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to prepare an even more detailed song.
Excuse me, I'm going to go into my cellar and think more evil plans.
So, Digi, what did you think of this part? Because I didn't like it.
It seems to come out of nowhere.
It comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, and it's a nice scene, but it's like that thing is so small compared to where she's sat now. And it's a little bit random and not really explained, and it's, yeah.
I would like to explain this as plot contrivances!
It is. Yeah, it is massive plot contrivance.
It's very convenient, I'll give it though.
I mean, we are, what, an hour and a quarter into the film, so... I think this would have been, but this is one of my only gripes with this film, is this part does seem very rushed. It would have been nice if they sort of built it up bit by bit as she was out with Flynn, and then it all came to a head when she got home and saw all the symbols.
I think this movie could have stood to be 2 hours instead of an hour 30.
A little longer would have been great. Although you can tell that Flynn's escaped prisons before by the very deft way, Jesus Christ, he skipped over his handcuffs. Like, this isn't new to him. Did I fucking stutter? Oh! I love this bit.
Well, that's bullshit.
By you, I mean my looks.
I don't think the movie actually explains it very well, but I recall from a bit of the trailers and a few things throughout the movie, it kind of seems like Rapunzel is stronger than she should be. Like, especially pulling up the hair to bring the mother up the tower, that would take some fucking arm strength.
I think it's because she has to hold all the hair and all the stuff she does. Like she says earlier, she does all the climbing and all the stretches and stuff. I think it's because she kind of teaches herself to be that strong. She trains herself to do it. And she is, for her frame, she is surprisingly strong, yeah.
Those acrobatic silk climbers that I was talking about earlier, they're some of the most athletic people in the entire world because of what they do.
Oh, it's like, you wouldn't think it, but pole dancers, their leg strength is ridiculous. If you try to pole dance without knowing how to do it, your body will just give up on you. But they can hold themselves like horizontal, just with their thighs. It's incredible.
Now, you see, once you take part in a tavern shanty, you're set for life.
Basically.
You'll have as much backup as you ever need.
I love this. It's just like, oh god, we're actually stopped. This escape sequence is very well done. And that's Flynn never having children for the rest of his life.
Come on, we've got 10 minutes to finish this film. Let's ride! Yeah, that's nice. Right, okay, no, let's get it as well. I wasn't expecting that.
And just says, yeah, let's just go. Badass moment incoming in 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
That fast, apparently.
Ludicrous speed.
Sonic the Hedgehog. No. Faster than the naked eye.
He's gonna run straight up the tower. She's not killing you in there, is she?
Fun fact, you can tell that's not Rapunzel throwing her hair because she doesn't use the little hook on top of the window.
Yeah, I can tell where this is going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And PG rating. The only Disney princess film to get a PG rating instead of G, and that's probably why.
There is actually blood, though.
No, because the blood would have made it PG-13.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they censor out the blood.
Not the chameleon, no! She delivers those lines so well.
Can't blame that over. You want to hurry this up?
See? Blood.
Yeah, but none on the knife.
What are you talking about, Spar? That's stainless steel. That's never going to get anything on it, no matter what you put it through.
Six minute, guys. Hurry it up.
Boom! Away with the hair. I genuinely didn't see that coming the first time I saw the film. That actually really surprised me.
The blonde to brunette thing is basically what happened to Mandy Moore not long after she became a singer. She showed up as a blonde when she first started, and eventually became a brunette. And is known more now as a brunette than a blonde.
Also, Pascal is a dirty, dirty player.
Chalk up another Disney death.
Apparently, that actually does not count as one of the Disney cliche fall to your death kind of things. She apparently turned to dust before she reached the bottom.
Yeah, you can tell because the cloth isn't person-shaped.
How old was she then?
Incredibly.
Her dress is supposedly from the Renaissance, which took place, I think, 200 to 300 years before the setting of this film, which is supposed to show how long she has been doing this.
And then my heart just shattered into 1,000 pieces and I was gone.
What do we think about Rapunzel with short hair?
I really like it. I actually prefer it.
Here, where it's just been cut off and it's not styled or anything, it looks very haphazard and don't like it too much. Coming up in a bit and I like it.
I actually prefer it cut like this. I'm just that kind of guy, clearly. What about you, Tom?
Yeah. Not really a fan of long hair.
Especially 700 feet long, good God.
Exactly, there's like so much management there. Need like several bottles of L'Oreal.
Also, Spy, you were saying earlier about the time in the forest when she heals his hand being the only time this whole song's said in once. I'm sure she says the whole thing here. It sounds like the whole song. I could be wrong.
There's 2 verses to it.
Oh, is there?
She only does the one verse here, and the forest she does both verses.
Ah, right. I think they sound very similar though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think. That's probably why I'm confusing them.
A magic tear's gonna heal him.
Yeah.
I was gonna leave it for a bit, but no, you got it, yeah. This is gorgeous, by the way.
It's also another example of plot contrivances, unfortunately.
Well, this one kind of makes sense. I'll explain it in a minute. But this is one of my desktop wallpapers because this is beautiful in 1080. I assure you, this is gorgeous.
I like how the strands of light resemble strands of hair.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that was the idea.
Damn it, Spark.
Fucking smarmy piece of shit.
But I think the reason her tears are like that as well is because when she was born, her mother was under the sort of influence of the medicine of the flower. So it wouldn't be too far fetched that she just had that kind of magic in her, like innately. It wasn't just her hair. It's not too far fetched to think that because she was born thanks to the flower, basically. That's my theory, anyway.
It's still the trope of magical tears, though.
It is. It's still a massive trope, but it is a somewhat explainable trope. Now, the way they end this is very well done, I think. Just that little nod, and they know. Nothing needs to be said.
Rapunzel looks so much like her mother.
Yeah, I mean, some people were just. You say that, some people were like, how on earth could she tell it's her daughter? And it's like, how can you not tell that's her daughter? Just look at the face.
I like how they emphasize her mother a little bit more than her father, just because she's only known a mother for her entire life.
And again, no voice acting here from the parents.
Basically, no voice acting at all. There's barely a word spoken in the scene.
Join us in the Disney hug. Oh, I was right, okay.
Yeah.
And there was much rejoicing.
There's actually a follow-up short to this film called Tangled Ever After, I believe it is, which details their wedding. And it involves the horse and the chameleon losing the wedding ring. And it is brilliant. Look it up. I think it's actually on Disney's YouTube channel. But it is a fantastic little short. I think it's only about 10-15 minutes. But it just cements the horse and like Maximilian and Pascal as just like the best characters.
Okay, we're at the end of the movie now, so I will just say I really enjoyed this, apart from the plot kind of falling apart near the end, but otherwise, gorgeous animation, great music, wonderful characters who are a joy to watch, and overall, I would definitely recommend, well, it's kind of stupid to ask you to recommend this when you're already watching a commentary of it, but you know what I mean, did you?
I can't say anything more than you said. Like, I've gushed about this film enough. If you want to, I would honestly advise watching it without the commentary, if you haven't already, because it is just great to sit down and watch.
And for me, I kind of agree with Tom that the animation and characters are the best, and the plot kind of dies near the end.
And that, folks, marks the end of week 4 of the Disneython. We've only got, well, technically a few more days, but we'll call it week 5. So we'll see you on Sunday for the next commentary. See you then.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you later.